Welcome to the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver, brought to you by Arlo Revolution. Each week, Aaron connects melodies and memories with fans and artists from all genres of life. When all else in life is gone, only music will be left to leave the legacy of life's adventures. Please welcome your host for the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast, Aaron Shriver.
What's going on, everybody? Finally, we're back. Man, I hate these little 2-week breaks that we have back and forth. But hey, it's gonna be a good one tonight. I know it is. I feel it's gonna be a good one tonight. So I'm ready. But welcome to the show. Once again, apologize for last week. We were supposed to have Luke Dick on. I was really excited. I went and binge watched like his Red Dog about 3 or 4 times, and just to get it over with, or just to see it, it was amazing. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But I'm working on a date now to reschedule him. We will be back. He will be back on season 2. He was affected in Nashville. He had no power for a while. So I do want to give a huge shout out to all the volunteers out there in Nashville. It's just been amazing to see what everything's going on down there. But before we get started, I just want to go ahead and give a huge shout out to Arlo Revolution once again. You guys see the video every week at the beginning of every episode, and I'm really glad to have them along on board. It's just really cool to be able to see Arlo every weekend or every week to what he does, the cinematic wedding films, music videos, promos, all the stuff that he works on. And then once again, huge shout out to Janet and Joelle with Art on a Higher Wire and Janet Stoltz Creative for also sponsoring the show. Amazing to have them as sponsors. Man, I hear a beer or something cracking in the background with my guests. I can't wait to bring them on. So, but yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for kind of coming out and watching the show tonight. We're gonna have a fun one. If I don't know if my comments are working, I hope they start working soon. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll see them a little bit. I'm just checking it out because we're gonna have a good one. I want some good questions, some comments coming through. God, I can't wait. It's just been a great time. I started a new job last Friday, which today is now my Friday. I got the next 2 days off, and I cannot wait to really dig in and catch back up on things. And with things I need to catch back up on will be my Patreon. And I really want to thank everybody that's part of it. And we have to draw a winner. But before I go ahead and do that, I want to go ahead and share it again. My February, March, and April donations are going to go to a charity in Nashville to help with the tornado relief going on down there right now. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute, a little bit more. But I want to go ahead and do that and send it down there and kind of take a couple breaks or a little break from Chief Cares and send it to where we really need to focus our time and our energy right now. And that's all what's going on in Nashville, because it's crazy what's going on around there. They went to bed thinking the storms were going north and then wakes up to what they did. So, but yeah, without further ado, I want to go ahead and get the winner picked for our February contest. And I think the kids helped me with this one. All right. Oh, look at this. A former guest too. Donna Warner is our winner for our February giveaway. I don't know if you guys could see that, but I'll go ahead and send her the book and the gift card and all the good stuff soon. So Donna, I think I already have your address. So if not, I'll get it again. But congratulations to Donna Warner for winning February's Patreon giveaway. If you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and check it out. I will have March up very, very soon. So I cannot wait. But before we really dig into tonight's show, I want to give a huge shout out to another former guest of ours. It's really cool to see what everybody's been doing and down in Nashville and putting together. But Taylor has gone above and beyond. And I know her and Mitch loaded up a U-Haul. And I think I heard they were going to do it again this weekend and taking tons of supplies out and just pretty much delivering all of this stuff to everybody that needs it in Nashville. And I just need to give her a huge shout out for everything she's doing over there. It's just amazing that she would take her time and be able to do this because they need it more than anything. And I love to see all the volunteers and all the stories that we're getting about volunteers down in Nashville. Isn't Tennessee the volunteer state? I mean, everything that's going down, it just really looks so cool down there. Not cool down there, but just what they're doing is just amazing. And then having Taylor kind of just taking the reins and running with this, and just amazing what everybody's doing. And if I didn't start the new job, I was going to try to head down there for a couple of days. I think my father-in-law is going to be heading down there soon with the church he's part of, and to help do some cleanup. But I just want to take a few minutes and Taylor and Mitch, I see the comments coming now. You guys are amazing, and thank you so much for taking your time and going and doing this. It means a lot to all of us that you took your time and did all this. Yeah. So I want to give you a big shout out tonight. And yeah, you guys ready for the show? I want to get to the show. Oh, I see. And there we go. There's our comments coming through. All right. So, all right, guys, are you guys ready? I'm going to make sure I got everything else out of the way with you. We got our winner, and I don't know. I think we're getting ready to get some trouble tonight. You guys want to? All right, Frazee, you ready? See where you at. All right, guys, without further ado, let's bring them on, huh? There you are. Oh, let me get Taylor's comment off there. So what's up, dude?
Not much.
Welcome, man. So many cool things going on in Nashville, and now we got you on tonight. And man, you've been a part of a lot of cool stuff in the past, and we're gonna get some stories out of you.
We'll try to keep it G-rated. We don't want the FCC to censor us.
We could maybe flirt a little bit PG-13.
As long as you got a plan B in place, man. Is fucking no.
My plan B is always Johnson.
On first bleep.
So, yeah, everybody's sending out huge shout outs to Taylor and Mitch down there. That was amazing what they were doing. So, definitely cool.
I want to commend them too. They're both some of the most awesome people you guys will ever meet.
Yep, exactly. I mean, her heart is so huge. I mean, it's definitely the southern coming out of her. So, the Alabama in her. I love it. So
how you with banjo accent?
Yeah, so you getting ready to hop the plane to overseas or what?
Who?
You?
No. I'm skipping out, man.
You're gonna skip this one?
Yeah.
We don't know. Do we have many people going over there? Or do we know? I know Heather's going, correct?
I know Frank, Tanya, Heather.
Okay, I think Rapper's going to Ireland or somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's dig in. So you have been following music pretty much your whole life. Where did your music come from? Like, was it your parents, or who kind of gave you your influences?
Actually, probably more than anything, it had to have been like older cousins, because I've got a really weird family dynamic. I have cousins that are like old enough to be my parents. So I think like my first real addiction started with like MTV, like Guns N' Roses, stuff like that.
So music videos, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what was the first music video you can remember?
Probably Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, there you go. I remember Video Killed the Radio Star. That was one that I always remember seeing because it was a weird video.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I always remember that video. I don't think it was around the time, but I just remember that video coming out. Oh, man. So who were you? I mean, well, Guns N' Roses. So you grew up a rock kid, huh?
Oh, yeah. Hair band stuff, 80s music,
What brought you to country? I mean, who was your first country artist you really kind of crossed paths with?
I've always liked diversity in music. I mean, probably, like early 90s, like Tim McGraw, Garth Brooks, stuff like that. But I do remember listening to some of the old stuff like Waylon and Hank. And so.
What's your favorite Waylon song?
Probably, I don't know. Have to stop and think about that. Kind of putting me on the spot, man.
I'm telling you, that's what you gotta do. Ain't Living Long. This was always a good one. I always loved that one, but that one was always like, I like songs, but when they get played out, it's like, all right.
Yeah,
Katie's dropping a little Red Corvette in here, a little Prince song. I don't know what she's dropping, some Prince. All my comments just popped up.
Prince for Katie.
Yep, there's Video Killed the Radio Star. Oh, that was Katie's first one, was her Prince. There we go. That was the first video on MTV then. I didn't know that. Strawberry saying Video Killed the Radio Star was the first video on MTV. All right.
Probably was.
Yep, so Tara's saying it too. Mm-hmm. What was that? That had to be late 80s, I bet. 88, 89.
I'd say 86, 87, but maybe I'm wrong.
Man, I'm curious. If anyone gets the date, I want to know. That's kind of curious.
Google that shit,
I think you and I we probably grew up around the same time, and I remember music videos were always like, oh no, November Rain, dude. That was the
Oh
music.
yeah, I mean 11 minutes and 36 seconds of pure GNR, whatever it is. But
November Rain was like the video that just changed me. And I think from there, the first cassette I ever owned was Soul Asylum, Grave Dancers Union, because they had Runaway Train
Runaway
on.
Train, yeah.
And that was my thing. I think that was the very first cassette I ever had. You remember yours? What yours was?
Probably my first cassette was like, I would say it was either GNR or probably Metallica, honestly.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, I think I had was it Kill 'Em All? I had that one, but I think
Master
that
of
one
Puppets.
disappeared. Yeah, I think I had one of them. I had a shirt too that disappeared one time. My parents used to always take all the fun stuff. I had the Metal Up Your Ass shirt. It had the toilet on it with the sword. That thing disappeared really quick. Yeah, the good old days when MTV actually played music. I mean, I'd love to see them play some music again, but
any of the video networks that are supposed to be, music video networks.
yeah. Well, I mean, they all vanished now. So even CMT and everything, they're not playing nothing. I'm trying to follow the comments on my phone over here as well as on the screen, just because it's all confusing. Oh, we got a 88-89 Bon Jovi. Dropping some Bon Jovi over here, and Strawberry's talking about MTV Raps.
Headbangers Ball, man, any of that
yeah,
stuff.
I forgot about that. Remember the spring breaks they used to do? Remember when Kid Rock and Frazee was on there? That was always the first one. So you really had the rock background, so that could really what pointed towards you discovering church, huh?
Yeah.
You think so? What was the first song you heard by him?
Probably the first song I actually heard was Sinners, and it kind of turned me on to him.
What was the first show? Do you remember? You caught him at?
The actual first show I seen him at was when he opened for Montgomery Gentry on the Country Throwdown tour. That was either 09 or 10. I don't recall. But
it was right around there. That was when, he was playing a side stage, and I think people started bitching and got him on the main stage for a little bit.
Because Jamie Johnson was actually playing that tour with a broken arm. Cast.
I got a picture of me and Jamie Johnson. He has a freaking dragonfly or something stuck in his beard. It's the oddest photo.
Sure, not a Cheeto.
Oh my god! I wish I knew where it was. It's somewhere. It's probably on my Facebook somewhere. But it's a picture of me and Jamie Johnson. It's like it looks like a giant dragonfly, and he has a broken arm. So, I'll never forget that because Singleton was on that tour too. Yeah. They're one of the early bands. Like I think they played first of the day. Oh, we got Metallica was someone's first concert in there. There we go. What was your first concert? We skipped by that before we jumped in your church or we started talking about church. What was your very first concert you went to?
It was Ozfest in 96, I do believe. Yep.
So that was probably like Cold Chamber, Seven Dust, maybe.
Pantera.
Nice. Yeah, those festivals, man. Back in the day, those were always fun. I mean, now we just got
now it's watered down. Like when they were doing Ozfest last, it was like one city instead of like a nationwide tour.
Well, it was Lollapalooza, same thing.
Yeah.
Lollapalooza used to tour all around, and now they park in Chicago every year. Which they have a couple other ones, but I'm not gonna complain about Chicago. So knowing this year it's probably gonna be canceled like everywhere else or rescheduled, so. We really can't do anything or go anywhere.
Or it's going to be better because everything's legal now.
That's true too. Yeah, Chicago is definitely changing gears real quick. I love this. All of a sudden, all my chats will come up, and I try to catch up on everybody talking shit and all the middle fingers.
I'm trying to keep up. It's kind of hard.
Oh, we got Weber's talking about Def Leppard's one-armed drummer, though.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I forgot about that. Stone Temple Pilots. All right, we're getting some stuff over there.
Sounds like most of us were a product of the 80s.
I think, yeah. I was born in 82, so by the time I think they were saying 86 or I don't know what dates we were getting in the chat for MTV and the videos, but I think we were right there in that generation that was really started like booming. So I remember Silverchair and all the alternative 90s music too, going into the 90s. I don't think 90s will ever be like, I don't know. I don't think you ever outdo 90s.
Strawberry, you're absolutely correct. MTV gave us Daisy Fuentes.
Well, Tara says, and Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah, and Jenny McCarthy. I mean,
I don't know, dude. Did I ever tell you my Daisy story?
No, I don't believe I've ever heard that.
But she's with Richard Marx now. And when I used to work in my old job, I won't say the name, she came in with Richard Marx, and I had to drive them around, and they had catered food at the end of the night, and they went to their dressing room to sit down, and somehow someone's thumb of their rubber glove got stuck in Daisy Fuentes mashed potatoes. All hell broke loose, dude. And I had to drive her and Richard Marks to some shady family restaurant like 1:00 in the morning in the middle of Waukegan, Illinois. The funniest thing, I just stayed in the car and watched them in the restaurant because I was like, all right, let's just watch and see what happens and see if anybody recognizes them. So I'm like pretty much down playing personal security for Daisy Fuentes, and yeah, it was fun. But yeah, she still looks the same if you're asking, but
20 plastic surgeries later, probably. But
oh yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, that was my story on that one. It was a fun one. Fun night. But so yeah, so when you went into church, your first show with him, when was it? Like, when did you first see him? And
oh, it's like I said, the first show I seen him at was Country Throwdown when he opened for Montgomery Gentry.
So what did you think, like, when you went out there? Was it he was on the main stage when you saw him, or was it the more acoustic show, right?
Yeah, but he was on the main stage.
Is that when did he have the broken foot around that time? Because I know he had it.
I don't believe so.
Or did he got it during that tour, or right before, or right after, I think. Someone's asking for your Kane Brown jeans in the chat. Oh, never mind. That's Johnson.
I don't want to blind y'all, man.
Oh yeah, they're too bedazzled for everybody. So with Throwdown, how did you compare him, do you think, to the other acts on that tour? Because it was Jamie Johnson. I mean, did you walk in knowing who Church was? I mean, well, if you knew Sinners, you kind of knew it. So were you listening to him for like a few years before that, or was this kind of somebody that was on your radar at that time?
Kind of on my radar at the time.
Okay.
Actually, more than anything, probably went for Montgomery Gentry at the time. They were pretty big in the day.
They were headlining that show, right? And Jamie was right before them, or was it vice versa?
No, they were headlining.
Okay. I was trying to think who did it. I remember I always liked Jamie Johnson, but he never fit those big shows like that because everybody would just walk out and leave. But Jamie Johnson's always a good bar band. I mean, just good to just chill. I know he was opening up for Kid Rock for the longest time. It was cool to see him open up for Kid Rock.
For Skynyrd last year, and
yeah, it's just like he doesn't fit the mold. I mean, he doesn't fit the shows. He's a good one that he doesn't move around. So
it's kind of a timeless classic as far as an opener. I mean,
yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, hell yeah. Definitely. Jamie Johnson is one of those that will never die out. I know Rick Tiger once played me a song with a Joe Nichols song that Rick Tiger wrote. God, old friend of mine. Well, Jamie Johnson was the original person that cut it, and he played me his version of it. I was like, holy crap. Anything Jamie Johnson touches, it's kind of like Aaron Lewis, I mean, in a way. So, but anytime anything those guys touch, I think just turns to gold. But so after Throwdown, then where's the first bar show you went to? You remember?
8 Seconds would have had to have been the first.
Nice. What year do you think you went?
Shit, I'm trying to think now. Was it 13? I think he played there or something like that.
I don't know if I ever saw him at 8 Seconds. I used to go to see him in, I think it was Fort Wayne. They had like
he played a lot of shows up in Fort Wayne too.
That's the Armadillo.
Of course, that's where you had your dinner with him at the Roadhouse or whatever. But
yeah, Texas Roadhouse was where the dinner. It was like near on Armadillo or somewheres where I used to go see him there. I don't think I ever made it down to Indy though. Tara says you can never have too many sparkles on your fan.
Some of the comments, I tell you.
Yeah, the comments are gonna be interesting tonight, so we're gonna have to move them on over. So, yeah, Strawberry Stars in Alabama is definitely one of my favorite Jamie Johnsons. I'm definitely liking that song for sure. Dollar was a good one too.
I feel honored, Jane. You're skipping The Bachelor to watch this.
You're getting a lot of Downtown Julie Browns too in the comments. All right, man. So, what was your first choir experience? When you're going to see some church shows. When was the first time you actually really dug into? I mean, you probably joined the fan club, but actually really meeting people and hanging out with everybody. Like, who was the first one you met?
Actually, the first time I hung out with any of y'all was in Cincinnati.
You're holding my
own tour.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I ever met you too, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of who all was at that one.
I think Staples was there.
That was a long time ago.
Do what?
Because that was a long time ago. So he went almost 6 years before you really hung out with any of us, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Dunham wants me to show this for Mr. Sparkles. I love that you guys could do that emoji though, and I can actually show it on the screen, so it's pretty cool. All right, Strawberry wants to know how many. Here's a good question: how many miles did you put on your truck? You think going to shows?
Probably not many. I've actually flown to a lot of them.
Have you? All right.
Yeah.
What would you rather do? Would you rather drive or fly if you had the choice?
If vacation time, wasn't an issue, I'd rather drive, honestly.
Yeah. I think road trips are. I mean, there's so much different. You could build so many cool stories, and I mean, hell, didn't we get pulled over in a road trip? I think we did we?
Going to pick up Staples.
Yeah, we were going to pick up Staples. We got pulled over.
Hey, Donna, this one's for you.
Yeah, I remember that. We were driving down and we got pulled over.
76 and a 70 or something, I do believe.
Yeah, it was something. I didn't get a ticket. He let us go, right?
Yeah,
or did I get a ticket? I got a warning.
Yeah.
I think he gave me a warning or like a written warning or whatever. So, and
that was on our way down to pick up Staples on our way to Big Sandy.
Yep. That was when we went to spend the weekend. That was shortly after the Hold My Own tour ended, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because Hold My Own tour ended that summer, and then I know he did a couple festivals. So,
did Orange Beach, Tuscaloosa, and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot about those ones. Let's see. How many miles? I don't know about that. I'm not going to ask that question. I was getting ready to. They want to know how many miles you have on your Showgirls credit card.
Too many.
I think Staples I might have helped on that one, though.
No.
No Staples, right?
I think the majority of us in this chat were probably with Staples at his one and only time his first time in an adult establishment.
I missed that one. I gotta see that next time. Maybe when he comes to Chicago, I'll have to take him to one. So we all know Eric was kind of up on a mountain for a little bit, or at the cabin or wherever he was at for a while. Where do you think he's gonna go after Desperate Man? I mean, musically.
Musically?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of see it as going back more to his roots, but you never know. I mean,
we know the lineup of songwriters and people he took with him, and just seeing this all-star lineup of people. I mean, where do you think it goes?
Like I say, I think it kind of goes back more to his roots, but he's always been one to kind of diversify and go a different way. It seems like, but
that's what I'm kind of wondering to see what's next. I mean, he's kind of done the funk, the rock. So, and I'm kind of with you. I think maybe he probably will try to go back to maybe more of a Sinner's take on things. And I mean, I kind of wouldn't mind seeing more old school and see more. I don't know what to say. More or something that's more written. I don't know how to say it. I'm trying to figure out the right words to say it, but like I don't know, something that's more from his roots. Like how
at the same time, I'm trying not to die laughing at some of the comments, but
yeah, I'm trying to ignore some of it. But that's what I was hoping to see where he goes. But I think it's gonna be becoming completely different though. That
yeah, I think it'll catch people off guard. I mean, if you look at what he did the first couple of shows after Desperate Man dropped, I mean, you see him coming out looking like a complete tool with his hair parted and freaking collar flipped up.
Somebody was dressing him then. I don't know who was dressing him. But we got to figure that out. Because whoever was dressing him on that stuff, they need to either be fired or... No. We'll figure that one out later on down the road. But yeah, I mean, musically, I was really trying to think where I wanted him to go. But then seeing the lineup he took with him, I was like, I don't know where everybody would fit in. I mean, I know like where the songwriters would fit in, but like then seeing Worsham out there too, and everything else is to see. I want to see what these guys created because I know it's probably pretty damn badass.
Oh, I guarantee that.
I mean, I don't have. I mean, I think whatever they're going to be putting out is going to be probably some of his best stuff because he pretty much brought his A-team with him.
For sure.
So, but yeah, that's what I was hoping. Let's see where we would go from there. I haven't really heard the new song that everybody was talking about that he debuted. I haven't really let my back listen to that one yet, but I have to. Here's your good old Luke Combs photo here. So your first choir experience, let's see, was Cincinnati. That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
So where do you think now we talk about where he goes musically? Where do you think he goes with the touring? Do you think he's gonna go to stadiums, or do you think he'll stick to maybe another arena tour? He said he's not gonna do double down again. So what does he do next?
Unfortunately, I probably have to sway with the side of the arena tours that nobody wants to go to, but
Mm-hmm. That's what I was wondering. But like, if he did, do you think he has to bring another co-headliner? Do you think he could sell it out by himself? What does he have to do to succeed in arenas?
Oh, I say he's got to put a packed lineup together.
All right. That's what I'm thinking too. I mean, I know that's why I threw Luke Combs' picture up there. I think if him and Luke Combs did do, I mean, I hate to say it, like a co-headline tour. I know how it would. I think it would go over really well. I mean, as much as we wouldn't like to see it, I mean, I just think it would go over really well. I think those two would play off each other good, and I think they could really sell out a stadium. I mean, we saw it in Atlanta. I think were you at that show?
No, I didn't go to that one. Ended up.
I think it had a pretty good crowd down there. I mean, the good lineup. But can you imagine if they brought Brothers Osborne like Ashley with them and they just did a stadium
Oh, I mean,
tour?
we've seen those two shows in freaking Alabama, and that was the lineup, minus Luke, and they were awesome. But
I think if you threw Luke in that mix right there, you do a stadium tour, you're selling out every night, and it's gonna be huge. But my only thing is, I don't want to see Eric opening for Luke.
Yeah, definitely not.
And damn well, eventually that's probably what it's gonna come out to being with this guy. Just anything he touches just goes gold anymore. I mean, what was Johnson calling him? The country music leprechaun?
Yeah, the country music leprechaun.
I mean, next week's his week, right? St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
Yeah.
So, but what's your take now, Luke Combs? I mean, I know we've gone to a few shows and everything else, but
I mean, obviously you gotta respect what the guy's doing, but at the same time, I kind of look at him as a sellout.
Do you think he's a sellout for like the songs, or I mean, what do you think makes him a sellout to you?
More than anything, I mean, just basically what they're doing. They're just milking the cow, man. Which you can't blame them. It's a record label.
Yeah. And they're just trying to push them. And I mean, I know that it's going real mainstream, but it's like, I'm so glad he's not like a Luke Bryan, Florida George Line on that kind of things. But I feel like they might actually push him that way eventually, because that's kind of like what he's forming now.
Yeah, in a way. I mean, the dude's got an amazing voice. I mean, great songs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he has good songwriters behind him. So
yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, they're saying I was hammered when you guys all went to that strip club that night. I don't remember that night. That's probably why I don't remember that night.
You weren't with us in Nashville when we went.
I don't think so.
No.
Were saying. So, yeah, but I don't have that problem no more. I'm on 70 days, no alcohol, so I'm good.
Drinking the H2O, I see.
Yeah, I'm still on water, but it's good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm not no hangover, so not yet. So, man, I'm looking at this picture of you and Aaron Tippin over here. That's a pretty wild one. Tell me about this. Where did you run into him at?
It was actually just a little like acoustic benefit show they put on in Indianapolis.
Okay.
It was him and Ray Scott.
Oh, Ray Scott was there too, dude. That dude's the one. I like Ray Scott. He's one of my favorites.
Literally, like the power went out, so Aaron just grabbed his guitar, jumped off the stage, and sat in a lawn chair in front of everybody and played.
Dude, that's hilarious. We it was Lee Greenwood, I think we saw Billy Ray Cyrus and Lee Greenwood. It was like my 21st birthday, and we're in like Peoria, Illinois. And the power went out during Lee Greenwood's set. And
God bless America, man.
Yeah, he came out like I'm pretty sure it was Lee Greenwood. It was that show. And he came out and did his entire set just like sitting on the end of the stage, just him and an acoustic guitar in an arena. And I was like, this is wild. Like you could barely, I know people up top couldn't hear him. I mean, there wasn't many people there anyways. It was Billy Ray Cyrus in like probably like early 2000s. So that would have been like 2002, I think. No, 2003, I would have been 21. So Yeah,
You've got to be riding a high right now with Billy Ray Tucker or Billy
dude, that
Ray
was
Cyrus
wild.
or
Like when I
Tucker.
saw that, that was wild. Like I text Tucker with the first time Billy Ray tweeted about that song. I'm like, dude, at least you got Billy Ray reading for you. Just
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
me shit about it. And then last night when all that happened with the songwriters thing, I'm like, that's pretty cool that he got to do that. I was telling Jillian earlier today, I'm like, it's kind of full circle in a way because now Michael Joe works for Eric, and he used to be Billy Ray's guitar player. Now
Yeah.
Billy Ray's hanging out with Tucker. I was like, shit, my worlds are crashing now. So put a tour together with those guys. That'd be fun. Can you imagine?
Well, I mean, he's touring with Brooks and Dunn this year, so
Yep, he got a lot of the Brooks and Dunn dates with Travis Tritt too, which that's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty big for Tucker. So
yeah, he's got the indie date I've seen. So
yep, yeah, I think they just announced that the Chicago date. I think what did he say on the show? Like 17 dates. I think he has total with them.
yeah,
So and then hopefully he gets back out and does a little bit some bar shows of his own and whatnot. So I really want to see where his record company goes with this next album now that they're finally going to put it out and see how they're going to put it out. So I when I was going through your photos, I want you to talk about, let's see. No, not that. Let's try to get this one. Oh, why that popped up. Get rid of this one. One of these infamous concerts. You got to talk about the Mudfest, man.
oh, the shit show in Cheyenne.
Yeah. So what was going on in this photo here? Let me see if I can make it bigger.
Oh, shit,
I was going to your pictures. And I'm like,
yeah.
man, this is a mud fest over here.
Yeah, literally. It dropped like 20 degrees and like 20 miles, and we get up there and it had been pouring down raining and hailing. They were literally using snowplows to push the hail off the freaking exit ramps.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, was this last year or the year before?
It was 2 years ago.
So that's right before Desperate Man came out, right? Because that's where
No,
he did.
it was right after it dropped.
Okay, I remember he played some of the songs that night.
Yeah, yeah.
So is he's coming back to Cheyenne this year too, correct?
Yeah, and Ashley's opening for him.
Oh wow, that's gonna be huge. Are you going this year?
Yeah, I've got tickets for that.
Ah, so you're gonna wear your mud boots again, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I might have to try. I have no shows planned
or
yet.
just take the Staples approach and wear some flip flops. Shit.
No, that's what I do. I mean, I wear flip flops everywhere I can. I mean, I like my flip flops. Except if you're at the Gorge. I don't like when you're at the Gorge. You're not the Gorge. Austin. That's where I was running.
Yeah, the half-mile pit run.
Yeah, that was where I was running. Dude, you missed the Gorge run. That was even I thought I was going to tumble down that hill. That thing like straight down, and Weber and I were going, and Weber just took off. I think he pulled a hammy or something. He did something because he showed me pictures, and he had this big old bruise on the inside of his leg, and yeah, he did a number on himself that night. But I'd go back in a heartbeat. But now, I mean, I'm sure Watershed's probably gonna be rescheduled, and all these shows are probably gonna get rescheduled.
There's probably gonna be a lot of the festivals are gonna get rescheduled this summer, I would assume.
So you jumping on the hype on this or what?
Jumping in on what?
The coronavirus?
Oh, no. I'm not feeding into this liberal bullshit that they're spreading on the news.
No, man, and it sucks because it's kind of screwing with all the music.
It really is.
So I mean, it just affected the whole Pearl Jam tour, and so it's just I don't know. I mean, do you think it's as serious as they're making it out to be?
No, I mean, you listen to some of these reports from doctors and stuff, and they're like, no, just take precautions.
So tell me about your time. I think you've been out to 1 or 2 at Red Rocks. How many shows have you seen there?
I seen Eric out there in 2016, and then we seen Luke out there last year after the 2 Eric shows in Denver.
Nice. So, what's your take on this venue?
I mean, it's definitely a bucket list venue. You've got to try to get to it at least once in your life.
Yep. So, what was your favorite part about it? I mean, the acoustics of it. I mean,
it's just the whole aura of the place. I mean, itself.
Mm-hmm. That's how I kind of felt about when I went out to the Gorge this year. I mean, the Gorge was just amazing, but I think it was the fact of being able to stand there and actually see that view. Because you look at I've been watching old concert footage of like Dave Matthews and just different bands that played out at the Gorge, and you just see this awesome view. But actually being there to see it, that's how I feel like kind of Red Rocks would be, or like this vantage point that we're looking at now, just like all the way back. Were you last row in this photo here?
Yeah, I was standing at the top when I took
That's
the picture.
cool. This is a cool photo, man. I
Yeah,
saw that.
the gorge is actually, it's definitely one of them I regret not making this tour, though.
Yeah, that was definitely it was a good one. So I'm surprised I actually got to do it. Oh, here comes all the chats again. Oh, someone says I stopped now. Don't go putting something in the universe. That was Tara was saying. I don't know what she was talking about. Oh, probably the Luke Combs stuff. I bet you that's what she was saying about that. I shut up my phone off, so now I'm getting all these messages or chats you said you were watching.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up at the same time, but it's kind of impossible.
I see them all coming through now. I'll have to go back and read some later on. So yeah, man. What? Just looking into Red Rocks. Are you going to go this year before Cheyenne too, or I know you guys
Nah,
talking about it?
I heard there's like an '80s show there, like Journey and stuff, isn't there? Somebody said
Foreigner or something. I think Staples is
Foreigner
going.
Journey or something like that. I don't know. It'd be a good lineup, but I'll probably fly in like Thursday night, like late after work or something. But
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't know. I got to look in. I got to do at least one show. I was gonna look into the Carolina thing. I was like, no, because I don't like festivals, man.
well, you can do the double header, and I've got somebody that's like trying to get me to go to Paso Robles. I won't name names, but after Cheyenne. So
yeah, okay. We'll talk about that one later now.
we actually did that 2 years ago. We did Paso Robles first, and then drove up to Cheyenne. So
Wonder if are you nervous at all that they might shut or reschedule or anything like that with this stuff going
no,
on? No.
I mean, you're talking about July, so
Yeah, hopefully that's done and over by then. It'd be nice. Because if it's not, then man, if all this stuff going around. But so who would you say right now, that's out there on the radio or even not on the radio that would be your number two? Because of course, probably Church is your number one. But who would you be looking into as saying your number two would be right now? If you had to tell anybody,
definitely right now is Jinx.
all right. What makes him? I figured I was coming up. That's why I had this picture on tap here. What makes him? I've listened to some of his stuff, but what makes his shows just stand out to you? I know you go to a lot of them lately. I know Taylor does too, but for me to go to a multiple person, like I gotta have a good connection, everything to the show. So, what kind of connection do you get with at the Jinx shows?
I think the energy's there. I mean, the crowd energy and all that stuff.
Okay. So, I'm sure he has like the staple songs during the shows that people go crazy about and whatnot. But
I might have been a little messed up during that picture,
that looks like, dude, I'm gonna tell you, that looks like one hell of a fun crowd right there. So, are you talking about the one on the left or one on the right?
The one on the right. The one on the right's the one I can see at the moment. But
Oh, the one with just you and Jinx?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, Weber. All right, now Weber's saying he's off to Dublin tomorrow. I figured that. Taylor said, "Say Jinx, say Jinx." Yeah, so I'm like on probably a 30
now I
seconds
see
away
the other
now.
picture. Yeah, we had a good crowd that weekend.
Yeah, it looked like a fun time. I've yet to see Jinx. I gotta see him. I know he's coming back. I think he's playing with Whitey somewhere, like Rockford or somewhere.
Rockford, and then I think he's playing. It's Columbia, Missouri, the next night.
I might look into that Rockford show and go see one of these shows. So.
Yeah.
I have not been to one yet. I'm so a virgin when it comes to that. But
You missed the Joliet show. It was a really good show.
yeah, I was. I think where
you
was
were in
it?
Nashville that weekend. I do.
Yep,
believe.
that was that's when I went down to the Grand Ole Opry weekend because he played that Saturday night, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Let's see. I'm trying to see what kind of pictures I went through up here. So if you guys are just tuning in, or if you guys are downloading the show, try to tune in on Tuesday nights when we are live. We have a chat sometimes when I don't ignore it, and it's just always a fun time and interact with the shows. And before they go off to our streaming sites, you actually can kind of be part of the show. So I kind of mentioned Aaron Lewis earlier, and I know you've kind of gone and saw him a few times. What's your take on him?
I like Aaron.
What he's doing now, and do you think it fits him? I think
it's cool that he's branched out. I mean, I loved him when he was in Stained, and then he's kind of taking his own route now. Yet he's still singing with Stained here and there. So
I think they're doing like 50 shows or something. I heard they were
They just announced a bunch of new shows.
Yeah, yeah, they're going out with Disturbed, and he was talking about it at the last show. But I like how he could kind of take Stain songs and make them almost sound like a country song. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah.
they talk about like the Eagles, the band the Eagles. I mean, if you would play them now, they're country. I mean, they're a country band. I think really with a lot of the stuff that Aaron Lewis was writing, I mean, he was writing country music, but he was putting rock, music to it.
Yeah.
So, and I like to see how he breaks it down and he makes it more country. Now, I even heard a acoustic version of Mud Shovel once, and that was pretty interesting. Someone yelled that out. I went and saw him a couple weeks ago, or beginning of February, and someone yelled Mud Shovel out. And he's just like, "What the? Are you serious? Really?" So, but so what's your favorite Aaron Lewis song or Stain song?
I actually like some of his covers. I hate to say it.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I agree. I mean, what hurts the most? He just nails.
Yeah, he totally slays that.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly probably the best cover I've ever heard him do, and Katie's gonna be like, "Hell yeah!" Is Purple Rain. He totally kills that. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard him do Purple Rain yet. I heard when we saw him begin in February, I yelled out 4 Non Blondes and he rocked that one out again. So he loves doing that one.
The bad part is depends what kind of mood you catch him in if you're gonna yell out something like that.
Yeah, one time someone yelled out Zoe Jane. He's like, "Fuck that bitch." His own daughter. I guess he was mad at her or whatever. He was, "I ain't singing that song this weekend. Screw her," or something like
Brad,
that.
I love Aaron Lewis when he yells at the crowd to shut up.
Oh man. I thought we were gonna get that at the last show, but I mean, honestly, if the guy's gonna do something like that, then you just gotta go out and I don't know. So you gotta have respect for the guy.
Oh yeah,
and he's gonna be
respect for any artist when they're on stage performing. Don't act like a dumbass, you know.
Yep, I agree. I mean, exactly. It's just, especially if he's gonna be doing something so cool, like where he's not on mic. It's just him and a guitar. He's belting it out for this whole theater, wherever to hear, and you gotta show her some respect, or bar, or wherever you're seeing him at. So. I must be missing some comments, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but man, let's see. So Ashley too, you're into Ashley, and tell me about how you first came across Ashley. It was probably the same way as all of us, or
yeah.
So when Eric brought her out, you
in Chicago.
That was cool. It was cool to be a part of it too, to actually be there and see it, and it was interesting. I think that was my very first time. I think we heard about her before, but I never really dug into her music too much. So, but then after that, I started looking up all of her older stuff, and I found out that she wrote with my buddy Rick Tiger. So I started looking at that, and now they put that song that's out on her Apple or whatever that thing was. She did that show in Chicago.
Oh, the Apple Music Store.
Yeah, and she did the song's "Burning Down Chicago," and it's this amazing song, dude. I'm sure you probably heard it. So
yeah.
But it's so cool because then Rick just got another cut. So, hey, whenever he gets another cut, it's a good thing for him. So he loves it, and so do I. So that guy deserves some good stuff coming his way. All right, man. So, man, we're just flying through everything I had wrote down. It's fine. I wrote down Jinx, Lewis, Red Rocks. Oh, here we go. I want you to tell me, you and Johnson, I think, did something pretty cool about a year or two ago. And I gotta see what other pictures I have. No, that's not the picture. That's you and Kip Moore. Oh well,
I was completely looking the opposite way.
Yeah, you. That's funny. I didn't. But I want you guys you talk about that cruise you did with Brantley and Luke Combs and all those guys, because I've always looked into like stuff like the Rock Boat and everything else, and I think it'd be really cool to actually do a music cruise. And
it was an awesome time. I mean, we had a lot of fun. There was 6 of us on the cruise, and
who else was on there music wise?
It was Brantley, Luke, let's see, Michael Ray, Farron, Rachel's,
okay.
Black Hawk.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they actually still rock. Let's see, who else? I'm trying to think now.
What was Black Hawk's biggest song? Why am I drawing a blank on this one?
Oh man. Now you're gonna make me draw a blank, but
I know. Man, what am I thinking? I was trying to think of sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know. Wasn't Kick a Little, was it?
Nah, I don't believe
it was Little Texas, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
I don't know. Someone's gonna put it on there. I'm gonna be like, man, why didn't I think of that? I got stumped on Blackhawk. All right. So, yeah, man, I always looked into those cruises and I thought it'd be really cool, but I'm waiting. I would love for church to do. I mean, sure, it's not gonna happen
that
anytime
would
soon
sell
now.
out in no time.
Oh, dude, it would. I mean, it'd be fun.
I mean, literally on the cruise we were on, they ran out of so much alcohol by Friday night. It wasn't even funny. I can imagine if you had, a church choir cruise.
Do they have to truck more in? Get more in from the outer thing. Now, did you guys go to any islands or where did the cruise go to?
They stopped off at the Bahamas. I mean, we had a little bit of time on the beach and stuff, or do whatever we wanted to do. But
so, where the artists kind of hang out with you guys on the beach and everything else too, or
most of them stayed aboard. I mean, some of the loose guys were off, but other than that, I mean, we pretty much hung with them probably more on the boat than anything.
Yeah. That's cool as hell, man. Just be able to actually interact and hang out with everybody, and that would be fun, man. Can you imagine all the choir on a boat? We'd probably take the shit.
Man,
they would definitely need something. They would have to.
I think some of the igloos might melt on the boat,
or they might grow a little bigger.
Yeah, or they might grow up a little bigger.
There might be a quiz on that question later. You never know.
So,
yeah. So I want to talk about a little bit. Let's see. Let me clear all these out. About you knew I was going to bring this up about Route 91, about you going out there and just kind of your take on it and just how everything went down. I mean, when I was going through your photos, I had a screenshot. This is like when you receive your tickets in the mail, and I know we all talked about it. We talked about it for months about all this.
Yeah, there was like a bunch of us going to go. Like
and I think
people or whatnot.
There's only like 4 or 5 of us, or 5 of you guys that kind of still went. Or how many?
Yeah.
You and there's a couple I think still went out of our group because I know Taylor was supposed to go, and I know I was talking,
and then they were talking about going. And
yep. And I was talking with Tucker
and Chris, and
he's like, if I play the same day at church, he goes, I'll just get you 3-day passes. So Jillian and I, we had our flights, everything. We had airfare, hotel, everything ready to go. And I don't know what made us. I think it was the Alabama trip. I mean, if those 2 Alabama shows didn't come up, I want to know wonder how many more would have been there.
Yeah, I think there would have been a lot more people there.
Mm-hmm. I think Taylor said the same thing, that if it wasn't for Alabama, she was definitely going to go. And I know I was all in for it. And that's why I said Jillian and I and Donnie all went down to Alabama instead for it, or for those shows. But so the whole weekend when it went on and everything else, I got some cool pictures. I was looking at your stuff from Church's set. I mean, because Church's set just looked like just a different set.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it just felt like I don't know. Did you? I don't know. Everybody always talks about just like the air feeling different or whatever, but just felt like it's a normal weekend, huh?
Oh yeah.
Everything,
definitely. Everybody was jamming out, having a good time.
Mm-hmm. And it stinks when you look back at like these pictures and everything and see this. Well, now you see pictures like this one. Hold on, I like this one. I'm gonna post. Here it is. With you afterwards, but
this kind of became a ritual every time I went back to Vegas.
Definitely one of my favorites here. But I mean, during the night and everything else, just like being a part of it. Did you ever think you'd ever imagine yourself being in the center of anything like that?
Oh, I don't think anybody does. I mean, obviously, you don't buy a ticket with that in mind, but anymore this day and age, though, you always think in the back of your head something like that's a possibility, I guess.
I know, especially now where I work. I mean, I think every day where I work, I mean, I just I don't know, like when you're around that kind of stuff, you're just like, who's going to come in? What are they going to do? But I like it because it didn't stop you or a lot of the other people from going to concerts. I mean, did you ever think after Route 91 that maybe you wouldn't attend another show, or did that ever cross your mind?
Okay. I mean, if you do that, the motherfucker wins. That's the way I look at it.
Yep.
Excuse my language. Pardon my
exactly the kind of language I want in that situation. I mean, because it is what needs to be done. I mean, something like that. I was actually talking. There was a guy today I was talking to at work, and he's a security guard. I'm sure if he listens to this, he goes, "Oh, yeah, that's me." But I was talking to him. I'm like, "Oh yeah, we were talking about Eric Church." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "That's the guy that hates guns, isn't it?" I looked at him. I'm like, no, man. I'm like,
I,
why do you say he hates guns? And he's just like starts talking about it. And I'm like, I'm finally glad to
because
talk
it's a
to somebody.
situation just like that's going on now, where the media is feeding everybody the bullshit about the
Mhm.
coronavirus, and
Yep.
everybody just grabbed the headlines and ran with it. They didn't dig in and read the article.
Exactly. They were. You are exactly right. They grabbed what headlines they saw, and whoever was the first, I don't know if it was people or whoever it was that twisted that damn Rolling Stone article and
Oh yeah,
made him sound like a bad guy. And then they just read what they quoted out of the Rolling Stone. No one actually read the damn magazine. But yeah, like when you bring stuff like that, I mean, I know you're a concealed carrier or
yeah,
wearing
yeah.
concealed every time. I mean, what's your take on gun control in America, especially after Route 91 and stuff like this happens?
Well, I mean, I don't think the gun laws are going to change anything. I mean, I think it's more about mental health, but
Mhm.
that's kind of my take on it.
I do too. I
I
mean,
mean, it's just like any law. Laws don't stop criminals. I mean, shit.
no, I agree. I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't think anything would have stopped that guy. I think that guy had it out for I don't know if that hotel or whatever it was, but he had issues, and you're right. It deals down to mental health. I mean, you never know how saying hi to somebody or whatever could go a long way. This guy probably was just locked up
Yeah.
lonely, and so yeah, I know Sam's joining us now, and he was saying your shower rooms were literally 6 floors under his. And yeah, if you stop going, dude wins. And I know that's what they were all talking about for the longest time. And music will always prevail. I mean, and that's why I hate seeing these shows being rescheduled now. I know they're doing it for safety and they're pushing them back, but it's like music's what life brings us all together. Everybody that's in the chat, everybody that's watching us, it's what brings us together. And just knowing that guy was 6 floors, planning that. I
I
mean, while
mean,
you guys were working.
you come to think about it, it's like you realize he was basically checking the situation out the whole weekend. He was up there
Mhm.
looking down, waiting for the prime opportunity. It's
Yep.
uh,
So what did that Eminem video make you feel when the first time you saw it?
I mean, I thought it was a good video. I mean, I
Mhm.
really did. I mean, a lot of people don't agree with it, but I think it
Agree.
kind of sheds a light on it. I mean,
I think it sheds the point of view from his point of view that needs to be the mental health that you talked
yeah,
about
yeah.
and really needs to be brought up. It's not gun control or
Nah,
anything like that. It is what we're doing for mental health. And I think that has the biggest thing to do because when you look at it too, I mean, I know it's not gun control, but how can one person have that much ammo not go on or go
yeah,
unnoticed? I mean,
fly
how
under the
did a red
radar.
flag fly somewhere with him, or how did he get so many duffel bags into a hotel room?
Unnoticed.
Exactly, and it's so odd. I mean, it's just like if I just feel like if there could have been so much more that could have been done to prevent that. So, and it doesn't deal with gun control, I don't think. So, but
Yeah,
all
but
right,
literally, I mean, the next picture you're showing, it's like I didn't let it deter me. I came back
yeah,
on Monday, seen Garth on Wednesday, seen Aaron
mm-hmm.
Lewis on Saturday after that. I think the only regret I have in that whole week was that I didn't follow through with going to see Eric at the Opry because I literally had the tickets in the cart the day they went on sale, and I was like, nah, I'm going to pass on it. I'm going to see him in Vegas, and didn't
Yeah.
do it.
No, I agree. And that's something I learned from that. Because that's why I was like, all right, if there's ever like Opry moments or anything, I'm not gonna miss them. And the Tucker one came up a couple weeks ago, I'm like, I'm not gonna miss this show. I'm like, I gotta go down to it. I'm really glad I did because he debuted that song, and
Yeah.
that song hit me pretty damn hard. So
I mean, I think that the whole Opry performance was like a really healing emotional moment for a lot of people. And I mean,
mhm.
Chris and all them were alive, and I'm not going to deny I sat and fucking cried like a little girl, but it was kind of awesome to see the raw emotion that he put forth, and it just kind of made you, a bigger fan of him at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's guys like him that aren't afraid to show it. I mean, like his country concert performance, literally days after his brother passed away. I mean,
Yeah. And
just
that's
things
just
like that.
and coming out and that's the thing he did Amazing Grace, right?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
started with
Yeah, that's
Amazing Grace.
just amazing just to be able to do something like that. And the way Eric could hold himself together, like I don't know how he did the Opry. I don't know how he held himself
Yeah,
together, but I know he he felt that he had to do it because that's what music, like Sam said, music will always prevail, and that's what we look forward to. I mean, even like my intro, I had changed up because, like when it says, when we're all gone, the music that's left behind is everybody's legacy, I believe, and just so many. I don't know, this whole Route 91 thing, everything else, it was so crazy. I'm glad that it did not stop a lot of people from going to shows, because that's how you give into these people. And we can't be scared to go to different things. And now we have this virus coming around, and everybody's kind of running and buying every piece of toilet paper they could find. And you could sell hand sanitizer for $1 a quart and everything else. And it's just like, it's the
Yeah,
media
I
that
think
is.
Jane's got something to say about gun control.
Uh-oh. I saw something about Janet in there. I don't know what she was talking about or who.
I was just reading the comments.
Yeah, well, the duffel bags too. Yeah, I mean, but still, yes, music heals, Joel. That is definitely true. So she says he proves time again that music prevails, music heals. It does. So after Route 91, what did you turn to? I mean, you were probably pretty shaken up like anybody else, but like, what kind of music? Like, was it church? Was it a different artist? I mean, who did you turn to kind of was your go-to?
I mean, it's pretty much the same stuff I listen to now, church, different things like that.
Okay. So what's your song, I guess? See how to say it. Like your church song, that your go-to church song where you're just having kind of a day where you just kind of want to zone out. Like what's your go-to music? It doesn't even have to be church, but what's
There's
your
probably a different song from each album. I mean, Sinners
okay.
is definitely a big one. I think probably off of Drowning Man, it's got to be some of it. I mean, you stop and think about the lyrics. And
What about Carolina? What would you say? Yeah, I'm gonna definitely stump you.
probably Carolina. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was listening to that was man, what song? I love it whenever I listen to an old church song and I hear lyrics that I really didn't connect to like back in the day, but now I'm connecting to them now, like in my life. So I was listening.
yeah, I mean, I think that kind of goes back to what Noah touched on his podcast. It's like
Mhm.
the artist writes it one way, but yet the listener interprets it another, and a lot of that depends kind of your mood or what state of
Mhm.
mind you're in at that time too.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. Just the thinking about. I mean, just all of it, but yeah, I don't know. So let's see these pictures. Oh, this Texas, wasn't it? You guys all FaceTime everybody in Texas?
Uh, yeah, I think that was at Old Chicago.
Uh, Old Chicago's always a good place. Oh, you got wipes too. Strawberry over here. Yeah, I'm telling you, we actually have our kid's teacher actually sent out a message today asking if we have anything extra because they can't find anything for the school.
They've literally, one of the school systems around here, they closed it down for the next 2 weeks, and then the following 2 weeks they're on spring break, so they've got like a month out of school, man.
Yeah, we got spring break coming up soon, so yeah, this group needs Clorox wipes. Oh man, we need them.
Not for that only reason, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So solid. Yeah, solid is Strawberries over here talking about solid is amazing lyrics. I'm trying to think what song it was. It was off of the Caldwell County. My Heart Has a Memory. That's the one. I was listening. I was on my way to work the other morning, and I was playing My Heart Has a Memory. And there was a couple lines in that song that I was like, oh, okay, that's what he was talking about when he wrote that song. Or that's the kind of like I kind of just connected in a way that I was like, all right. And I like when I do that with older like church songs or even older songs in general. There was a few. I'm kind of glad that Sam was listening earlier. There was a few when Sam was part of with Singleton and the Grove that I just hooked on to, and there were some really good ones that Singleton had, and I was really hoping that they'd be pushed out. One was probably Just Time, and was it Ronnie Dunn? I think it might have been Ronnie Dunn that cut it on one of his albums, and he did really good on that song. But if you ever hear it, go back and listen to Probably Just Time. It's a badass tune that Singleton wrote, but it was just songs like that. Those were always my go-tos and my escapes on those. Let's see. Wish he would do Whiskey Wings. Whiskey Wings would be a good one, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he ever came back, I would love to see one like an unreleased album one day where he would put Old Testament Me. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Maybe just threw that out there.
What was that?
I said somebody else Katie just threw that out there too.
Yeah, that's why I saw her. That's why I want to throw up there. And I want to see. I mean, I know for a fact I don't think we'll ever hear Michael. I think that one's definitely that's probably one he will probably put it to rest from now on, because I know there's one that him and Brandon wrote together about a lot of alcoholism and everything. So don't think we'd ever hear that one again, but that's one of my favorites. But I traded in for Whiskey Wings. I think who was doing that one? Was it D. Miller? I think Roger Miller's kid cut Whiskey Wings by Church. So I think you can still find it on iTunes somewhere. So it was up for a while. All right, man. Let's see. I'm trying to look at what our pictures I got to show up before we call it a night here soon. Or we see if we can get some of these guys up here and do our after show.
Yeah, invite them on in.
Yeah, Strawberry, I would love to have I'd love to get it again. When he did it at, what was it, 09 at the Rutledge. I think it was probably one of the last times I heard him do it. And that was when I love that song. Mixtape. I still have it somewhere. I know a lot of people do not remember Mixtape when Church put that out. So it was a bonus to the Springsteen video. Did you ever see that one, Frazee?
I don't believe so.
It was like a 30-minute to 40-minute movie, and they had Whiskey Wings in it. But like a real little small clip of Whiskey Wings that was in it. So I guess when they filmed the Springsteen music video, he filmed so much extra footage, they actually made a little mini movie out of it, but with all the characters from the video, everything. So yeah, Eric's version did get a snip in that one. So, but yeah. What was this picture? I found this one. Good old Staples in this picture. I haven't seen Staples in the all night.
Oh man, maybe you ought to throw up the other one from the stage that night.
What was that one?
You know what I'm talking about.
Nah, that was the one from that was from the Ryman. Are you talking about the one from the Ryman?
I do believe
the one where he got a little where Staples was a little hungry.
Yeah.
That was in the Ryman. In the back,
For some reason, I was thinking it was the stage.
No, that was in the back of the Ryman. That was a strong PDA in the back of the Ryman. What video? Oh, you're talking about Jenny, aren't you, Strawberry? In the mixtape video. So I'll see if I have it. Yeah, I'll probably come back around one of these days. Strawberry's talking about mixtape again in this chat. So hopefully one of these days they actually play it again. I don't know if it's owned by CMT, by Church, who owns it, but I know CMT debuted it way back when. So yeah, I don't have any incriminating photos of Staples. I'm sorry, I had buried those.
I don't think there's any of me out there either, but you know.
No, I did. I was going to try to find a video of you breaking a beer, but I never could find that video.
Oh crap! I forgot about that. that would have been when we were in Luke Bryan's bar, I do believe.
Dirk's. Well, no, yeah, we were in Dirk's bar.
Oh, okay.
Were we?
It was one of those bars. Yeah.
I don't know where we were.
We were at one of the bars. I know that.
That was a fun weekend.
Yeah.
So there was one right before Combs blew up.
Yeah.
It was the same girl. Yeah, I think her name was Jenny Strawberry. I see him talking in this chat. These guys. So
yeah, that was a fun. What was that? 3 or 4 day weekend in Nashville.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. Combs played the Ryman back to back with Ashley McBride, and I think it wasn't the night I ran into Farrah and Rachel's. I think, and yeah. I remember carrying around shirts for my kids all night long and leaving them behind like 4
Didn't she bum a cigarette from you in front of the Ryman or something?
Yeah. Yep. She did something. I don't know what it was. Question of the night: Derek's top 3 taco joints. That might be coming up later on. You never know. So we got
definitely not Taco Bell. I can tell you that, man. It's
So
got to be street tacos,
right? Street tacos are always good. I don't know if they beat street hot dogs though. No,
those end up on the porch at the end of the night.
Yeah, and definitely end up hurting my bank account the next day. Or when you go back and actually look at your bank account, how much you spent finally on it, and you're like, oh shit.
Or you mean your wife looks at your bank account afterwards?
She's like, why'd you spend this much on hot dogs? No clue. It reminds you of like SpongeBob ice cream, right?
Oh yeah. That's my favorite go-to, man.
We get it all the time now. Whenever the kids are out, they find some SpongeBob ice cream and make sure we get it for them.
Just got to
So
watch out for the
Jason's back.
eyeballs, man. If they're frozen, they'll just about break a tooth off.
Oh, we take the eyeballs out before we give it to the kids. The other day, Jillian broke it in half, and the kids started crying so bad. I think it was Jackson or something. We were out to breakfast, and she's trying to get she's trying to get the ice balls or the ice balls, the eyeballs out with a knife. Flings one halfway across the Mexican restaurant. No, it's actually funny. The local Mexican restaurant actually has the SpongeBob ice cream, which is amazing.
I might have to hit that joint up next time in town, man.
Dude, it's like right down the street from the house, so it's actually pretty good. Pretty good breakfast too. So I'm sure you've seen the show, and I always have a little segment where I ask like some quick pace questions. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
All right. My music stop. Oh, maybe my music doesn't want to play now. Oh well, we're not gonna do music. Screw it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, and then halfway through it'll start playing again. Who knows? It has a mind of its own. So, what Eric Church lyric stands out to you the most?
Probably I've done more stupid things than most. Obviously, I have. I mean, I've survived it all, but
That is a good one, dude. I haven't heard that one yet. That's the first for that one. All right, one song that you would love to hear Church cover that he's never covered before.
I honestly can't think of anything. I mean, it's like Cincinnati. I literally stood there in awe, the old Snoop Dogg. But let's see. I honestly, we were talking about Aaron Lewis and Purple Rain. I think Church could do a good cover of Purple Rain.
Ooh, that would be good.
Possibly,
I didn't think of that. Have Joanna kind of come in the background a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be fun. All right. I can see that happening. That got me thinking that if you could pick one song, one rock song back from we were talking about your 80s, 90s hair bands that you could hear Driver solo on, what would it be?
Oh, it'd definitely have to be Pantera.
Nice. All right. So
probably like Cemetery Gates or something like that,
Be cool. Can you imagine? Like, I know when Church used to come out to what was it before she does, he'd play the intro to Walk, and Driver would actually would come out there and start playing Walk. And I'm like, one day I just want to hear Church just go.
That was like definitely one of the highlights of this tour. All the guitar riffs that freaking Driver opened with and stuff on different songs.
And Cease too was kind of down too in there, but it was pretty cool to see Driver actually being showcased more. So I like that. What's your most played Eric Church album? So if you have any album that you played out, which ones it's been?
Probably Caught in the Act, honestly.
Okay, that's a good one. That'll definitely be a good one to have because you get the whole shebang there. So who's your dream opener for Eric?
Damn, that's a tough one.
I've been thinking. I don't know if Jinx and Eric would go good together.
No, I honestly don't think they would. But I can't say that I really have one. I mean,
all right. See, mine right now would have to be Tucker. I'd love to see Tucker open up for Church.
That'd be a good one, but I mean, I just think we're too spoiled without any opener.
We are, yeah. Like it's hard, kind of thinking of going back to an opener. I really hope that's kind of why I want to do at least one festival this year.
Yeah,
to kind of get back to seeing Church with an opener again. So because I'm sure it's gonna if he's going to stadiums, which I'm pretty sure he probably has to by now. He's going to have openers.
Yeah.
So, all right. I'm going to try to stump you on this one.
Taylor with the Steelwoods. That'd be a good one too, but yeah.
Steelwoods would be good, yeah. We could do Tucker and Steelwoods. All right. This one I'm going to try to stump you on. Best tacos in Ohio.
Best tacos in Ohio.
I could have asked you best tacos anywhere, but I want to know best tacos in Ohio.
Trying to think of any place I've actually ate tacos in Ohio.
Oh, someone's going to make Rascal Flats open for him. That would actually be pretty funny.
That'd be irony.
Well, they did. They kind of did at CMA Fest, I think, either last year or the year before. They played before him.
I'm still thinking back to the best tacos in Ohio.
I was gonna say, it says I think I stumped you.
There is a place in Columbus, Ohio I've ate at before, but I don't recall the name of it.
Taylor said, "What was that place we ate at Jinx or after Jinx? It was good."
Oh, that was the one like on the campus over there. That wasn't bad. Shit. What the hell was the name of that?
It must have been good because Tara's saying the same thing. The place we went to after Jinx. All right, we'll skip that one.
Yeah,
Your best road trip partner. If you had to pick one road trip partner to go on every one of your shows with, who would you be picking?
Johnson's always a good road trip partner.
I was gonna say Johnson because he likes driving.
Yeah.
That'd be mine too. Be like, all right, dude, you like driving. All right. Tara
Just
says,
don't take that fucker across the Canadian border because they just about won't let you back into the United States. I did find that out early.
Oh, there might be a story. We might have to get Johnson on this post show. Ask him about his Canada story. That's funny. All right. Who's the best songwriter in Nashville?
Best songwriter.
Who's Derek Frazee's favorite songwriter or best songwriter in Nashville?
I mean, I would still, as far as my opinion is concerned, I mean, you're talking singer, songwriter, but Eric, I think, honestly.
Okay.
Lyrics, I mean.
When I think of songwriter, I think of storyteller. I really think Eric's probably one of the best ones. I mean, he tells a good story, but he tells the story with the song. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's just in the way he could explain like some of the songs. Like there's times where like you listen to Higher Wire and songs like that, like what the hell was this guy smoking when he wrote the song? But then you really think about it and you're like, oh hell yeah, this thing makes good sense. All right. So my last question is just how many Eskimos do fit in a cooler? Or an igloo? Sorry.
Man, I think that'd be a hard one to answer. You know, I think it would look like a clown car when they all exited.
I agree. I do.
Maybe I better call in Staples for the answer on that.
Well, we'll tell everybody to tune into the Patreon after that answer. Oh well, man. All right. Well, we went by quick, so I want to thank you guys for coming on, or thank you for coming on so much for tonight. And anything you want to close with at all?
No, I'm good, man. It's up to you.
All right. Well, go ahead, take a few minute break, and then go ahead and close it out. And I'll send you guys a link here in a little bit, and we'll film or record about 15 more minutes and have a good chat. We'll throw some good stuff in there. All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on, and I really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
It was a good chat. I appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Yep.
Bye.
The Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver is brought to you by Arlo Revolution. As we close the book on another chapter, remember, music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Next week, Aaron connects more melodies and memories with other fans and the artists they love. Thanks for being a part of this musical journey, and we'll see you next time on the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver.